review our slopes and our rate of change. In order to do slope and rate of change, I do need to know my slope formula. And on my reference sheet, slope of a line, remember slope is represented by m, so it equals m2 minus m2 y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is the formula we're going to be using. So if you don't remember it, it will be given to you. So slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right, so let's look at some examples you might see. What is the slope of the line that passes through the points 5, negative 11, and negative 9, 17? So first let's label them. This is my first point. Remember it goes x and y, so this is x1, y1, x2, y2. And then all I'm doing from there is plugging it in to this. So we're going to have y2 is 17, y1 is negative 11. I keep pointing to the wrong things. X2 is negative 9, x1 is 5. And then I'm going to plug it in just like that to my calculator. So I like to use the control division sign to go ahead and give me that fraction. Let's see if that makes it better. 17 minus negative 11 over negative 9 minus 5. Enter. What is going on with my calculator? There we go. I like this one better. Okay. 17 minus negative 11, negative 9 minus 5. Enter. And that is negative 2. This equals negative 2. Oh, A is my answer choice. All right. The table of values shows a linear relationship between x and y. What is the slope of the line represented by the table? So if I see slope, I automatically think this formula. If I'm given a table, then this is labeled as my x's, so that's my x's. This is labeled as my y's. So I would label this as x1, y1, x2, y2. It does not matter which 2 points you select on here. I could have used these, and that's perfectly fine. I just chose these because they were the first ones. Just make sure if you put 1 here, x1 here, you put y1 to the one that corresponds with it. So let's fill in. We got y2 of 1 minus y1 of 9, negative 2 minus negative 7. And then I'm typing it into the calculator. 1 minus 9, negative 2 minus negative 7. And that equals negative 8 over 5. Negative 8 over 5. Which one is that? That's B. All right. What is the slope of the line represented by 5x minus 12y equals 24? So again, back to our formula sheet, our slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, and where m is our slope. This is not written as y equals, so 5 is not our slope. So if 5 had been an answer choice, I could go ahead and eliminate that. There's 2 ways you could do this. You could get y by itself and then see which number ends up being in front of x. I will show you that way in a second. A shortcut way is this is our A and this is our B. And the slope will end up being the opposite sign of A over exactly what B is. So in this instance, it's a positive 5, so it will change to negative 5, and that is a negative 12. The negative over negative reduces to a positive 5 over 12. So 5 over 12 will be our slope. So this is the shortcut way, if you can remember it. If not, what I would need to do is draw my wall. I'm trying to get y by itself, so I first need to move that x. First step is always moving the x. It's a positive 5x, so I subtract 5x. Left with negative 12y equals, remember those we cannot combine because one has an x and one doesn't. Got that. And then the next step from here is always to whatever's in front of the y is divide each thing by that same number. So then I have y equals, and then here is what we put here. We got negative 5 over negative 12, and that reduces to positive 5 over 12x. I don't really care what that is because I'm just looking at slope, which is in front of x. We'll talk about that later on. Positive 5 over 12, that's what we select. Long way, shortcut way. All right, number 4, we have another table. The value of the table represents the linear relationship. What is the rate of change? Rate of change is another way of saying what is the slope. Slope and rate of change are the same thing. I'm literally doing the same thing. This time, my x's are up here, my y's are up here. So this one will be my x1, this will be my y1. X2, y2. So we've got negative 72 minus negative 6.5. Oh, what did I do? See, I did it wrong. Negative 72 over minus negative 92 over negative 6.5 minus negative 8.5. I think I need more coffee. All right, let's calculate this. We got negative 72 minus negative 92, negative 6.5 minus negative 8.5, and that is a positive 10. Oop, positive 10. All right, number 5 shows a graph, and it says a savings account balance can be modeled by the graph of the linear function shown. What is the rate of change of the balance with respect to the number of deposits? So what I would do is I would come up with my 2 points on my graph. So this is 0, 50, and this is 1, 150. And then I would use those, this as x1, y1, x2, y2 in my formula. So we've got 150 minus 50 over 1 minus 0. And again, I would just plug that into my calculator. 150 minus 50, 1 minus 0, and that equals 100. So 100 per deposit. All right, this last question says a wedding photographer charges $80 travel fee and $100 per hour. If X represents the number of hours, the total cost for going to the gym, total cost for photos is represented by f of x equals 100x plus 80. What does the rate of change represent in this situation, and what is the rate of change? So this time this is written in our y equals mx plus b. So our rate of change is the number that's in front of the x. So our rate of change is 100. What does it represent? It represents how much we pay for photos per hour. That's it.